All right, wildflowers and friends. I'm here to talk about fractions, what a fraction is. I'm ready to teach. I hope you're ready to learn. If you have a piece of paper out, it's a good time to copy down or draw what I'm saying and doing. All right, we're going to talk about a fraction. And here's the word, fraction, 2 syllables. Just got to get a little reading lesson in there. A fraction is a part of something, part of the whole. Part of the whole, or part of, I'm going to get rid of the whole. I know if you were writing it, part of one. A fraction is a part of one, so it always starts with one. One whole. This whole with a WH, see that WH? You can't hear the W, just this. HOLE. Let's finish her up. This whole means you have it all. You have the entire thing. You have the whole pizza. You have the whole bag of Skittles. You have a whole dollar. You have the whole thing. You don't have any parts. Or you have the whole thing, one whole. This whole with an HOLE means you have a hole in your sock. A hole in your balloon. The tire. Something like that. It means an opening in. So, I'm going to take this P for part. See how I'm underlining it? And this W, and I'm going to use them. And I'm going to use them to write a fraction. A fraction, you read it from top to bottom. Top to bottom. It's actually, you can read it like a sentence. It has a line in the middle. They call this a fraction bar. What do they call it? Fraction bar. I'm going to put the P on the top. That means the parts go at the top. I'm going to put the W down here. That means the whole thing. That number goes on the bottom. So if I wanted to read this, I would say parts of the whole. Parts of whole. Yep. So think of that word of, because it's going to be important as we move forward. And we haven't even looked at a number yet, except for 1. So we're going to, I'm going to turn this around. Those are our notes. Now we're going to get to work. Look at that. Markers. All right. We're going to do some, I'm going to put 1 over here. I'm going to put 1. And another 1. I'm going to put equals, equals, and equals. I'll take that off, make them all look the same. 1, 1, 1. 1 equals. So we got to look at a group. We got to look at something. I have to be referring to something. The thing about fractions is you have to be talking about something. You have to be measuring something, you counting something, there has to be a question. So here, I'm going to put a group right here. How many are in that group? So, we need our fraction bar. How many's in there? 2. How many are green? Well, they're both green. 2 out of 2. Oh, let's do this one. How many is in this group right here? 1. So I need my fraction bar. The 1 goes down here. Now I got to ask a question about it. How many are green? So when looking up here, 2 out of 2 are green. When I'm looking at this one, it's 1 out of 1 is green. What about, let's switch it up. Let's go to pink. 1, 2, 3. How many do we have in that group? I heard you, so I just wrote it. 3. How many are pink? Guess what? I want to move the magnets a minute. I want to see if you notice a pattern. This is an important pattern for you to remember for fractions. It is the start. It's what you have to remember as you're moving forward. All right. One whole thing is equal to 2 out of 2. 1 is equal to 2 out of 2. 1 is equal to 1 out of 1. 1 is equal to 3 out of 3. What are you noticing? Hopefully it's the same thing I noticed. That when you're talking about 1, the top of the fraction and the bottom of the fraction match. They're the same. 1 out of 1. That means all of it. All of it is green. We were using color. I was asking about color. 3 out of 3. So what if I put a 1 down here? And I said, if I had 4 out of, and I had a blank there. On test, I'll ask you. We just noticed the pattern that in order to have a 1 on this side of the equal sign, they match. The top and the bottom match. So if this top's a 4, this bottom is a 4. Let's go. If this bottom is a 20, then this top is a 20. If this bottom is a 10, then the top is a 10. If the top is a 13, the bottom has to be a 13. Those are some big numbers for fractions. But it doesn't really matter, right? Because we know that if they leave one of them out, then we know how to fill it in. They're going to ask you to do that on tests. So let's try some of those. They want to see if you understand that a whole, let's call this number 1, a pizza. This pizza came in a box with 10 slices. And you open the box and they're all there. So here's your question. How many are in the box? 10. One bag, a little bag of, I need a fraction bar. Yeah. And you bought a bag of Skittles. And there are 15 pieces of candy. Pick your favorite candy, can be with pieces. 15. And then you count them all and you say, how many are here on the table? There's your question. 15. I opened a Hershey's bar and I counted the little squares on it, and there was 8. So what's that top number have to be? This is 1. It has to be 8. I bought a carton of eggs. The carton is has 12 in it. I looked them over. None of them are broken. How many are broken? None. How many are perfect in that? Yeah, look at that. So you've learned the first lesson in fractions. Yes, you have. That when you're talking about one whole, that the parts is going to match the whole amount. Yep. Parts and whole are going to match. And now you know that if they were to take one of them out, it doesn't matter if they take out the top or the bottom. I'm going to leave you with one type of test question that you might see on a test. You never quite know how they're going to ask your question. But they might ask to say, circle all the fractions below that equal one whole, that equal 1. And they'll give you choices. They'll say 3 over 4, 3 out of 4, 4 out of 4, 0 out of 3, 3 out of 3. I just threw some up there. So a 3 does not match a 4. A 4 does match the 4. The top matches the bottom. So we know that 4 out of 4 means you have all of it. You have one whole. 0 out of 4, that means you don't have any. That's anything with a 0 on the top means you don't have any. 3 out of 3, I circled that one too. If you had 1/4, 1/5, 2/4, 5/5, 1 out of 4, no. 1 out of 5. Whoop, the dogs. 2 out of 4. I guess I'll leave you with dogs barking, okay. No! Oh, wow. The whole backyard is full of birds. That is a crazy amount of birds. No wonder they're barking. Wow. All right, kiddo. I just showed you what a test question might look like. I told you 2 of them. I told you that they may be asking you to find fractions that equal one whole. And they might be giving you a fraction where they give you the top number, but they don't give you the bottom. And they'll say, click on the number that should be in there. Yep. If they give you a 6 and a 4 and a 5, which one are you going to click on? And click on the 6 because the top and the bottom have to match. Yeah. So you got to pay attention to what question they're asking you. All right, kiddo. There's 15 minutes. Whew. Look for another one. I'm going to give you a couple of fraction videos in a row. Until then, turn it off and go do something fun. Enjoy your day. Fractions are fun, but there's other things that are fun. Go on outside.